Hey guys, gals, and morons. We call this video, I don't know, be smarter, not retarder. Yeah. I don't do them little, whatever picture shows up on my channel when it's doing a video, if it's a thumbnail, I don't put the picture on there. YouTube does it automatically. I'm not doing that shit where people try to pose in front of their car and shit. You know, they call it a thumbnail. Yeah, I don't do that. Uh, what I don't care what the fuck's on the front. You know, like Bad Chad does. Bad Chad's put pimp necklaces and all that shit on the front. You know, so people will look at it and go, or you know, they put a woman with a bathing suit on their damn video and they're talking about fucking corn dogs and shit, cotton candy. Ain't got nothing to do with a bitch. No, hell no. They just got dumbasses that look at the damn thumbnail and go, oh god damn, I got to look, it's got a slut on the front. Yeah, hell yeah, I'm gonna look at her ass. No, you got suckered on click, and that's called clickbait. So I'm gonna explain something. Ken reached out to me the other day. Ken's a guy I had met at a show. Cool dude. He's got a Scion. He's doing a build. He's gonna do the box just about like this and identical, pretty much. But he's gonna run 412s, and I was trying to give him some pointers when he was asking me, he's like, what do I need to do to make things easy on myself? I said, when you run your connections on your box, on your enclosure, say he's running a 6 just like this. So if you do a 6 or a 4th, that's gonna be, and you're not really familiar with how to make things easy on you in audio, I'm gonna show you how to do that. So I told him, I said, Ken, you need to run as many connections as you have on your speakers to the outside of your enclosure, from inside to outside. He was like, so if I got a dual voice coil, let me zoom that back down. So if I got just say one speaker and it's got a positive negative over here and a positive negative on the other side, that's a dual voice coil sub. He's saying I need to run 4 connections. I said, right. He was like, well, why? And I said, because you can change your wiring on the outside without having to get back inside the enclosure. And he's like, huh? And I mean, it's the true shit. I mean, a lot of people don't know this. I was like, yeah, you just pretend. He's a smart guy, but I had to explain. I said, what you have to do is do it on the outside. He's like, oh, so just pretend that it's what I said. Yeah, it really is wired up outside, but you're going to act like the outside the enclosure is your speaker connection, like over here. You just have to pretend like you're looking at the back of the speaker. Positive, negative, positive, negative. Same thing over here. Positive, negative, positive, negative. I said, but what you need to do is go ahead and hook every wire up. And a lot of people's going to be like, well, that's just wasting wire, man. Well, if you're that fucking worried about wire, you don't need to be doing this as a hobby, because you're going to be using a bunch of wire in this kind of vehicle. Hell yeah, you're going to use a whole bunch of wire. So over here on this side, there's going to be 8 connections. So you got 8 connections over here, and you got 4 over here. That's a total of 12. And that's how many connections is on the back of 3 dual voice coil subs. It's 12 connections. Now, let's get to the reason I'm telling you to do it like this. With today's amps, a lot of the mono amps that'll have 2 positives, 2 negatives, and people's like, well, why is that? And all you ever hear Big Dummy and them talk about is they go, well, it just makes it easier on the wiring. But they're not explaining to people what that means. They're just saying it's making it easier. Okay, well, I can fucking say that. Guys, the reason there's a positive, positive, negative, negative on your amps, on your mono amps these days, is to make it easier on your wiring. And they're going to be standing there going, well, what the fuck's that mean? They don't understand. When you teach somebody, you got to show people what, you know, you got to show them. You know, it's like when you meet a chick for the first time and you ain't never put your wiener in her, you can be like, well, I need you to put this wiener in you. And she's got a whole bunch of holes. She's not going to know which one you talking about unless you show her which one. Right? So you got to show her. You got to go put it in that one if I want to do that one. And put it in that one if you want to do that one and that other one. Yeah. She's got more holes in her ears, but it ain't going to go in her ears or her nose unless you got a little choo-choo like Bad Chad. Alright, so let's get back here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I got a positive and negative one coil on the top, and the next one's for the same speaker. Positive, negative is for the other coil. Right now I'm running these speakers, they're dual 1 ohm voice coil subs. So I'm running one coil here and the other coil here. These 2 amps are for 1 sub. This makes this a final load of 1 ohm. 1 ohm here, 1 ohm here. Now, just say I want to take these amps out and run just take 1 amp out and run 1 amp at half an ohm for the same sub. I don't have to get inside the enclosure and do positive, positive, negative, negative and wire it down. No, I can do it right here. Or I can do it on the side with little jumper wires. You just jumper it over with little jumpers. So, just say I want to run these at half an ohm per sub. I'm going to take this amp out of the equation. I'm going to use just this one. So I'm going to take this coil and wire it over here, positive to negative, right here on the terminal. I don't have to twist the wires together and then stick it in one hole. No, you just put positive and negative right beside each other, and the amp knows that it's a damn half ohm load. Guys, I cannot tell you. I have seen a professional shop take an amp just like this right here, not the exact brand, but the same style where it's 2 positive, 2 negatives, and they'll take the speaker wires and twist them together and put it on one terminal. They'll put both positives here and both negatives here, and I'm like, why the fuck did you do that? They don't understand. I got the Amazon man out here, hell yeah. Just showed up, dropped me a package off. That's every day. So what you had to do is just take this wire and move it over here and just go positive, negative, and that's half an ohm. Now, if you want to wire, just take all these amps out and make it 3 amps, 3 big ones. You can take these same wires here, and if it's a, say it's a mono amp like a tear amps with, you know, just a positive, negative, then you can just twist your wires together here and go straight to that amp. Or you can do it on the side. You don't have to even run separate wires, but I'm running separate wires just for ease of adding 6 amps. But you can literally jumper your speakers positive, positive, negative, negative on the side with just a little jumper wire. Just instead of it being a wire that's say 8 inches long from positive to negative on the back of the speaker, do it right there on the side of the box, about 3 inches, positive, negative. That's all you're doing. So I want y'all to tell me something. What the fuck's my neighbor mowing right there? Tell me what she's mowing. Nothing. She mows every fucking day. I told you, man. I'm gonna film this shit. I want y'all to see this with your own eyeballs. I told you I don't lie. My neighbor mows 4 goddamn days a week. And there's nothing to mow. I'm gonna film it as I walk across. Look, all right, look at this yard. There's nothing to be mowed. Look, she's mowing. She's mowing the fucking yard. What the fuck is she mowing? Air? I'm gonna show you how she rides on it. I'm not even bullshitting. You gotta see this with your own eyeballs. Hang on, this is great. She mows air. Holy shit. Who do you call? What's the hotline you call for people that's crazy? What's that hotline called? I don't give a fuck. She sees this motherfucker. God damn, that's fucking ridiculous. All my neighbors talk about it. All of them. Don't you see this shit? Look, that motherfucker is mowing the yard. There you go. This is great. This is awesome. Watch. I'm gonna just kind of stand here like this. Oh yeah. Like I'm talking. What? She's gonna be mowing that fucking grass over there. Just look. She's mowed that same spot 3 times. Yeah. See her out there mowing. The hell's she mowing? What the fuck is she mowing? Guys, I'm telling you, people are nuts in this country. Oh, I'm glad this showed up. I think I know what this is. I'll show y'all something. Yeah, hell yeah, check this out. Now, you remember I always said to you, I said, keep a spare all the time. Now, this is a true story right here. So, old JAL told me, said, man, that damn stereo you got, it's got a manufacturing problem. That's where the noise is coming from. I said, Jerry, I've just talked to Crutchfield, and that radio sells so good that they're out of the motherfuckers. Huh? Yeah, I talked to Crutchfield's hotline, man. They're out of them. They're such reasonably priced radios and work good that they're sold out. Now, I went to another site last night. There was one left. I got the last one, which that was Amazon. I think it was the last one. And then there was another place that might have had, I think, 10. It might have been Sonic or somebody. I don't know who it was. But this radio, I bought another one to have as a spare. Yeah, man. I'm not so strapped for money I can't afford another fucking radio. No, I'm going to have this sitting in the house. When that radio finally takes a shit, when the knobs fall off the front and shit, because that's going to happen, man. I'm glad this came in. This has given me a perfect opportunity to tell you the reason I do things. So, yeah, this is a brand new radio, and and there's nothing wrong with the one in the car. This is a spare. And you're going to go, well, why don't you upgrade to something? Well, I had heard JAL one day tell me that Exelon, let me tell you something, Exelon is made in America. It's the best goddamn radio ever was. I'm like, no, you're just too fucking retarded to know that you just spent $1,300 on a fucking radio that's going to get the shit beat out of it in a base vehicle. You know, you see all the people holding their radios in their hand and shit outside the vehicle. You know what I'm talking about. How many people sees that? You know, they got them wrapped around on a big old cord about the size of a donkey dick, pulling out the side of their window, and they got a goddamn little stand setting out there that looks like they're trying to run, they look like Charles Xavier from X-Men trying to run some shit from outside their vehicle. Oh, let me get hooked up to my fucking thing here and put it on my head so I can contact the whole world. How many people seen that shit? Look, she's mowing that fucking grass. There ain't no grass out there, I'm telling you. Everybody says I say I'm telling you. Damn right I'm telling you. Because somebody's got to tell you. But she's mowing the grass. So let's get back to here, Charles Xavier here. So, yeah, I'm not running a damn thing outside the car like R2-D2. I'm programming his ass from outside the car. And I get it on an SPL car, but for the people that's doing demos, why the hell do you want to sit outside the car? Get in that motherfucker. Show people you ain't scared. Get up in there and jam. Hell yeah. But I don't spend $1,200 and $1,300 on a fucking radio. Let's fix this for the Marines out there. So you want an Exelon radio, right? Why? Are you in a sound quality competition? No, you're in a base vehicle. You ain't gonna hear quality for shit. No, you're gonna hear. So you can buy 6 of these. Man, no, hell no. Let me take that back. You can buy 7 of these damn radios for the price of one Exelon. And let me explain something to you. JVC owns Kenwood. JVC Kenwood. And these are made in Thailand, okay? These are not made in China. No, they're made in Thailand. Not made in America, Jerry. Nope. So, what I'm trying to say is you can buy, just say 12 of these radios, or 13 of them for the price of one Exelon radio. Now, do you think that one Exelon's going to outlive the 12 of these? I'm going to go ahead and give you the answer. The answer is hell to the no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. That's not going to happen. I've been running the same radio, this one, for about 2.5 years beating. No, it's been longer than that because we had the car longer than that. We had a test system in the car, so I'm going to say about 4 years. This. Beating the shit out of it, and it is still good. There's nothing wrong with it. I'll show you in the car now. There's nothing wrong with the damn radio, but I buy extras because it's only $100 and something, man. This one was like $115. I paid, yeah, that's about what they are now, about $115. And sometimes if you get like a Black Friday or a scratch dent, you get them cheaper. So yeah, buy you 12 of them instead of buying one Exelon. I'm telling you, people are not smart, man. When they're out here mowing their grass and there ain't no grass, they're not smart. It's called drugs. Drugs are bad. Guys, gals, drugs are bad. Drugs are bad for you. Like Mr. Mackey. Drugs are bad. They make you fucking mow your grass when you don't have no grass. They make you buy Exelon radios when you don't need one. Yeah, you don't need one. You just need a cheap ass radio that's 4-volt preamp output. That's all you need. You know what preamp means? That means before the amp. Hell yeah, believe that? So I'm gonna show you. Look, I told you. This motherfucker went and made. Oh my god damn! She's fixing to mow her own fucking. She's mowing her garage. I ain't making this shit up. So here, that's the same radio. Let's turn her on. Good, she stopped mowing for once. I don't hear no noise. Since they've been mowing, I'm gonna shake their goddamn windows. Y'all want me to? Fuck them. Let's shake their goddamn windows loose since they won't fuck with me all day. Here we go. We're gonna give them hell. Y'all wanna do that? Yeah, that's the end of the song, man. So, yeah, we're just barely playing her. But do y'all hear any noise out of this radio? It's pretty quiet, isn't it? Listen, you can hear a cricket fart. Hear that? Or, but listen, don't buy a damn radio that costs $1,300. Buy a $100 radio that does the same shit, and you're not going to notice the difference. No, you're not. But there's some people dumb enough that buy them. Hell yeah, it's not. Look, it's not hard to fool dumb people. No, people are stupid. They're all over the place. We're thriving on stupidity right now. Hell yeah, man. We got more. And when stupid breeds with stupid, you get stupider. Yeah, yeah, you get dumb and dumber. Yep. It's you know, it's kind of like a thoroughbred horse. If you breed a thoroughbred to another one, you're gonna have a badass racehorse. But if you breed a donkey to a damn horse, you're gonna have a goddamn jackass, a mule. That's what you're gonna have. You guys take care. Have a good day. Glad the radio showed up. Keep you a spare, man. I keep a spare of everything. I even got spare dildos in case a girl wants to use 2 of them. Yep. You guys take care and have a great day. See you.